Hello everybody, hope this video finds you well. My name is Alan, I'm from Challenge Central and we've been working in partnership with Mental Health UK for the past 8 months now, putting together the Walk the Talk walks that you will be embarking on over the next couple of weeks, starting in Edinburgh on Monday. We'll then be moving to Leeds on the Wednesday, Manchester for Friday, and the following week we're Bristol on Tuesday before the grand finale in London on the Thursday. Hope you're all excited and raring to go. We certainly are here, getting all the last minute preparations done. And we're all excited to see our plans come into reality. Look forward to meeting you all as well. Now, there will be briefings on each of the days with the specific information for each individual walk, but I thought it would be helpful to get a video to you ahead of time, tell you a little bit more about what's going on, so you come prepared, you've got all the right kit, and if there is any questions off the back of this video, we can get them answered before the individual events. So before I get cracking on the briefing, let me just say a massive thank you firstly to Lloyds for getting behind the initiative, Lloyds Banking Group. Great to see that they are supporting such a great cause. Thank you to the charity as well, Mental Health UK. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you in the build up to these events. So really looking forward to seeing the plans become a reality. And thank you to all of you guys. We've got 900 of you now signed up across the cities. Lots of fundraising going on, so well done on that front. Also, just need to let you know that all the money that's raised by the colleagues for the Walk the Talk walks will be going towards Bloom, which is the Mental Health UK's Young People's Programme. So it really is a great initiative, and thank you for your involvement. Keep up with the fundraising. We're going to do everything that we can to get you through the event, keeping you safe and keeping the smiles on your faces as best that we can. And we're going to see if we can get everybody through the event. Okay, so firstly, just briefly introduce the company. Challenge Central is an events organiser. We specialise in trekking and cycling events as well as bespoke events. We work with all sorts of groups really, from 8 people all the way up to big events such as this one with 300 on a single day. And then we work with members of the public on our public events as well as corporate clients and charity fundraising events. Whatever the challenge and however many people we have on it, there's one thing that is always essential for Challenge Central, and that's that our participants remain safe for the duration of the event. And these walks are no different. There is 2 main things really that I want to get across. We will cover these on the briefing on the day, but 2 main risks. Firstly, it is the traffic. We are walking in cities, so there will be traffic. Wherever possible, we have tried to map the routes to use parks, use grass areas, wide paths certainly, canal paths, but we are in a city. We are going to be walking around. It is going to be busy. There's no road closures. It will be busy like any other day. So we just need to be really mindful when we are crossing the roads. We have tried to pick places where there are pedestrian crossings, and we will always be using them whenever they are there. But that's not the case on every single turn. So we will need to be crossing the road. So just be mindful. Common sense should prevail, really. Whenever there are lights, we're only crossing when they're green. Do not cross on red lights. And just be mindful of the traffic. Don't get too carried away, just following the person in front, crossing in small groups. We need to be respectful of the traffic. Hopefully they will do the same to us and be accommodating and patient, seeing that we are fundraising, and hopefully they will be letting you cross the road. But make sure you're checking both ways. So that is by far the biggest concern for me, is that we get carried away and we're not watching what the road users are doing. We'll be crossing in small groups. Secondly, is something that you can do ahead of time to be organised, and that's preparation for the kit. Had a little look at the weather forecast just now. It looks like it is raining next week. Even if we haven't got forecast for rain, I still want you to bring wet gear with you. So that's mainly a rain jacket. I do suggest a hat and gloves as well. Might be a little bit over the top, but certainly a rain jacket and some sort of walking trousers if you've got them. Tracksuit bottoms. Otherwise, ideally material that doesn't hold in water. If you have breathable walking gear, that would be great. Stuff that brings moisture away from the skin as well is ideal. And I suppose the most important bit of kit is your walking shoes or trainers. So it needs to be something that you've walked in before. Please don't go and buy something a day before and then try and walk 25k in it. Be much better off using shoes that you're comfortable with, shoes that you've hopefully done a little bit of training in, but certainly footwear that you're used to wearing. Hopefully it goes without saying as well. Your normal work shoes and high heels are not appropriate. Trainers or walking boots, tracksuit bottoms or walking tops, and bring a rain jacket even if it's not raining. Have that with you just in case. I suggest also you bring a little bag, something that you can put your kit in. There will be water stops throughout, so I'm going to move on to discuss more about what's available at all of the checkpoints and the support that we are offering. But try to carry a little bag with you, because then you can put any spare kit in there, and a way of carrying water. So either that's a water bottle, we will be providing water en route, but you'll need a water bottle, obviously, if you want to take anything with you, or a CamelBak's ideal, where you can just slide that into your backpack and have water on tap as you go. So they're my main two things. Make sure you've got the right kit, and be mindful of the traffic. So we're going to be hot on that on the day. We'll be going through that before we kick off, but just be careful. That's the main thing. Okay, so let's look at the timings before the event kicks off. So registration's opening from 8, so between 8 and 8:30. Get down there, get registered, pick up your t-shirts, sign in. Then there'll be an event welcome and briefing about 8:40, and then we'll be looking off a setting the groups from 9 o'clock. So each of the days will be like that. London may take a little bit longer because we've got a lot more people on there. But yeah, registration from 8, looking to get going for 9 o'clock. Okay, let's have a little look then at the routes. Now, we will go through this in each individual city with more detail because of the different checkpoints and what's available at each of them. But I'll just give you a little bit of an overview. The walks are all different, obviously, because they're in different cities, different checkpoints, but they are similar in many ways. Distance-wise, we're between 24 and 27k, so pretty similar in distance. They're all circular routes. Bristol is a double lap, where all of the others are single laps. So there'll be 4 to 5 checkpoints on each of the walks. These will there be people at the checkpoints, where it does vary checkpoint to checkpoint, but there will be things like toilets and water, first aid points, vehicle access, those sorts of things. But we'll identify all of those checkpoints on the day and what is at each of them. There will be maps provided at the start of the day. You'll be handed out an A5 map on there to see where you're going. It's also got the checkpoints listed. So even in the worst case scenario, you don't go quite the right way for whatever reason, you know where the checkpoints are. It's a city where you work and probably some of you live. So I'm expecting everybody to be arriving at the checkpoints, even if you don't go entirely the right way, although I would prefer it if you do. We'll do our best there to supply the support. We will have marshals on the ground as well, so it won't just be the Channel Central team. We've got a number of volunteers who'll be helping out, keeping you on the right track, and we're also going to be sending out a GPX file which you can upload into Google Maps. I suggest you do, just so you've got it there as a backup, so you do know where you're going. Right, moving on from that, let's just quickly visit the support that's available on the day. So I'll be there at the mall, so you'll see me. I will be joined by different members of the team throughout the course of the different events. We'll also be supported by a number of volunteers from Lloyds and from the charity who'll be assisting. But what we'll be providing is a leader at the front of the group, as well as a sweeper. So we'll have a minimum of 2 people from Channel Central will be walking, I say, plus supported by people who know the route in the middle. We'll also be helping to man the checkpoints with the volunteers as well. Providing first aid support wherever it's needed, and we're also going to have a vehicle that'll be patrolling the route, helping out wherever it's needed, really. So it's only got 5 seats, so you can't all drop out at the same time, but a vehicle will be there if we need it for any reason whatsoever. Okay, on to our procedures. So you'll see on the maps that you get handed out on the day that there's a couple of different phone numbers on there. One of them is used for the pulling out procedure. And all we need here is a text message sent to the number that's on there with your name and the words in capital out, just so that we know that you're out, but we know that you're safe. So you've gone somewhere, you've had enough, it's too wet, you've gone to the pub. Doesn't matter if you're off, then we just need to know that, because we are doing head counts at the checkpoints, and we will be having a register at one of them as well. So we'll literally be signing you off. And if we can't find you, we'll get worried. So please do that. Obviously, we're trying to get as many people over the line as possible, fundraising for a great cause, so we're keen to see as many people as finish as possible. But for whatever reason, if you need to pull out, then just please let us know. We just need to know that you're safe. The second one on there is an emergency procedure number. This is if there is something that we need to assist with. Obviously, don't phone this number before the real 999 if it is that serious. But if it's something that we need to assist with, need the van, you need a bit of first aid support, whatever it might be, phone that number, and that will forward to a number of people, all of which are connected to everybody that is supporting the group. So phone that number, you need your name and your location on there, and then we'll come to you as quick as we can. If we have a missing person, hopefully we won't. If you can always try to stay with a minimum of somebody else, so no person's ever walking on their own, look out for each other. If for some reason you are lost, which may be difficult in a city where you work and live, but if that is the case, use that first number, give that number a call, see if you can explain where you are, or you can share your location via WhatsApp with that phone number. That's a phone number of someone that's there on the day, on the team, event manager. They will then be able to locate you and sort you out, pick you up if needed, and get you back en route. Okay then, that's it for now. Thank you if you made it this far. Look forward to seeing you all over the next couple of weeks. Keep up with the fundraising. Remember to bring your kit, bring your sense of humour, and we'll be seeing you very soon. Take care.